Do you constantly feel like you're socially anxious? You walk into a party and immediately feel out of place. Talking to strangers makes your palms sweat. You replay conversations in your head for days, cringing at every word you said. And you start to wonder, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just be normal? Why don't I have the courage everyone else seems to have? But here's the thing. It's not you. You're not broken. You are not defective. You don't lack confidence. You are just in an environment that doesn't match who you are. Think about it. The culture you grew up in, the social circles you've been placed in, even the language you speak. All of these have shaped what normal social interaction looks like to you. And when those expectations clash with your natural tendencies, that's when you feel socially anxious. That's when you start believing there's something fundamentally wrong with you. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're in a job interview in the United States. You walk in confidently, make direct eye contact, and you tell them exactly why you're the best candidate for the job. You talk about your achievements, your skills, how you single-handedly turned around that project at your last company. The interviewer nods approvingly. They see confidence. They see someone who knows their worth. You got the job. Now, take that exact same approach to the United Kingdom. Same resume, same achievements, same confident delivery. But this time, the interviewers shifts uncomfortably in their chairs. They exchanged glances with their colleagues. Something feels off to them. What Americans call confidence, many Brits might read as arrogance. In the UK, there's an art to understating your achievements. It's about dry wit, self-deprecating humor, and letting your work speak for itself. The exact behavior that got you hired in New York might get you dismissed as insufferable in London. And let's say you take that humble, understated British approach to many Asian cultures. Suddenly, you are back in alignment again. In places like Japan, China, or Korea, showing humility isn't just polite. Talking too much about yourself can be seen as disrespectful or immature. When you downplay your accomplishments and give credit to your team, to your mentors, according to your circumstances, that's when teachers nod in approval. That's when employers see someone with good character. The same behavior that might make you seem weak or unambitious in an American boardroom is what earns you respect and opportunities in Tokyo. Here's another example. Let's say you're someone who treasures deep, meaningful conversations. You're the type who would rather spend an evening with one close friend talking about life, dreams, and philosophy than bouncing between small talk at a loud party. If you're stuck in a hyper-social environment where everyone's constantly networking, making small talk, and moving from one surface-level interaction to the next, you're going to feel drained. You're going to feel like something's wrong with you because you can't keep up the energy. You might even start calling yourself socially anxious. But put that same person in a quieter setting. Maybe a small bookshop cafe where conversation flows naturally. Maybe hiking with a few close friends where silence is comfortable and words matter. Suddenly, you are not anxious anymore. You're engaged. You are present. You are yourself. Or flip it around. Imagine you are naturally outgoing and expressive. You talk with your hands. You laugh loudly. You love meeting new people and you thrive on spontaneous energy. Now imagine you move somewhere like Japan, where social harmony often means reading the room, staying measured, and not drawing too much attention to yourself. You're going to feel stifled. You're going to second-guess every gesture, every laugh, every word. You might start thinking you're too much, too loud, too awkward. But you are not. You're just a warm fire trying to burn in a place that values quiet embers. The discomfort you feel isn't a personality flaw. It's a mismatch between you and your environment. And the tragic part is, most of us never question the environment. We just assume we're the problem. So I want you to try something right now. Close your eyes for a moment. I'm serious, actually close them. Now picture a space where you feel completely at ease. Maybe it's a cozy dinner table with people who really listen. Maybe it's a creative workspace where your ideas are welcome. Maybe it's a hiking trail where the conversation flows naturally and silence isn't awkward. Picture the people around you. They get you. They don't judge you for being quiet. or enthusiastic, or quirky, or different. In this space, you speak naturally. Your thoughts flow clearly. You might even laugh freely without replaying the moments later and cringing. That version of you, the one you just imagined, that's the real you. That's who you are when the environment fits. The anxious, overthinking, the self-doubting version is just you trying to survive in the wrong settings. It's you trying to be a fish that climbs trees, wondering why everyone else makes it look so easy. Now, I want to be real with you about something. Finding that right environment, that place where you feel at home, that's not going to magically fix everything overnight. Even when you find your people, even when you discover spaces where you naturally fit, there's still going to be a transition period. You've spent years, maybe decades, building up these defense mechanisms, these habits of overthinking and self-doubt. Those patterns don't just disappear the moment you walk into the right room. You might still catch yourself second-guessing what you said. You might still feel that familiar flutter of anxiety before speaking up, even when you are surrounded by people who genuinely want to hear from you. And that's okay. That's completely normal. Because healing from years of being in the wrong environment takes time. It's like when you've been wearing shoes that are too tight for years, and finally you get a pair that fits perfectly. Your feet still remember the pain. They are still cautious. It takes time for them to trust that they can move freely now. But here's the crucial part. Finding the right environment is the start. It's the foundation. You can't truly begin to shed that social anxiety when you're still forcing yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. It's like trying to learn to swim while someone's holding you underwater. The first step is getting to the surface. Getting to a place where you can actually breathe. And then, with time, with practice, with patience, you start to remember how to float, how to move, how to trust yourself in the water. The right environment doesn't erase your journey, but it makes that journey possible. It gives you the space to slowly unlearn all those defensive habits. It gives you permission to experiment, to make mistakes, to find your voice without fear of judgment. Week by week, month by month, you'll notice yourself relaxing a little more, speaking up a little easier, trusting your instincts instead of constantly monitoring yourself. So yes, finding your environment is just the beginning, but it's the beginning you need. It's the starting line you've been searching for, because you can't run a race if you're standing on the wrong track, facing the wrong direction, wondering why everyone else seems to know where they're going. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Being socially anxious is not your fault. It's not a life sentence. It's not who you are at your core. You have two choices moving forward. You can adapt to the environment you're in, and sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes we have to learn the social codes of the spaces we're in. But you can also go find your people. You can seek out spaces, communities, and cultures where you feel at home, where interaction feels easy, not exhausting, where you don't have to constantly translate yourself. True social confidence isn't about forcing yourself to change. It's not about becoming someone you're not. It's about finding the environment where you can just be, where your natural way of connecting is valued, not questioned, and then giving yourself the time and grace to grow into that space, to let go of the old patterns piece by piece, to gradually become the version of yourself that was always there underneath the anxiety. So stop blaming yourself. Stop trying to fix something that isn't broken. Start looking for your space. Start looking for your people. Because somewhere out there, there's an environment where the version of you that you keep trying to hide is exactly what people are looking for. And once you find it, that's when the real journey begins. That's when you start the process of coming home to yourself. If this resonated with you, drop a comment and tell me what kind of environment makes you feel most comfortable. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, someone who keeps calling themselves socially awkward or anxious, share this video with them. Let's normalize finding your space, instead of forcing yourself into everyone else's. Let's normalize giving ourselves the time to heal and grow once we finally find where we belong. See you in the next one.